Today we're gonna have on Luke, but let me get my main man. Hold on, Joe. Hold on for a second. Turn his music off. All right, how you doing, Luke?
Good, brother. How are you?
And you're Luke. Joe be in about 5 minutes. I didn't
Oh,
want to.
no worries.
I didn't want to keep. I didn't want to keep you up all night.
It's all good.
Um, I met you about in the other gym about what? About 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's about 3 years now.
All right, and then how long were you training that Conquest before that? I mean, before I met you.
I had been training for about 2 years at that time because I was, if I remember correctly, I was a blue belt when you came in and you were a purple belt.
Right. Um, and what led you to starting jujitsu?
I had always been interested in fighting and had dabbled a little bit in mixed martial arts before my daughter was born. And had trained with a gentleman who actually owns um, a gym here in Mustang. He owned Conquest before Robert
That's
did.
right. That's right.
And he saw me lifting in the gym one day, and I was really, really bad out of shape. I was just lifting heavy things because it made me happy. And he
Right.
saw me and he recognized me. We recognized each other, and he was like, "Man, you should come get on the mat. You should bring your daughter." Because initially, I got my daughter on the mat just because I thought that was the best gift that I could give her,
Okay.
was to teach her how to defend herself and things like that. So I got her on the mat for that reason, and he just kind of nudged me on and gave me the, hey, why don't you come out and give it a shot? And I kind of looked at him and I was like, dude, I can't even do a forward roll, let alone be good at jujitsu. I mean, I was, damn, man, I don't know what you want me to do, but this is not
Right.
this. Yeah, I don't know about this. And I still remember this day. He said, I don't need you to do a forward roll. All I need you to do is try. Because I was 425 pounds and I
Right.
wasn't able to do, like Kev, I couldn't do anything, man. It was bad. By the time you met me, I had already dropped probably about 70 to 75 pounds. But yeah, it was bad when I started, but that's what got me on and started a love affair with it. And then here we are 5 years later, and I'm still in love with it.
Yeah, me too. I'm more in love with it than I was before. You know, my journey started as a weight loss journey. Also, I was like 285. I was pre-diabetic. No, pre
Right.
high blood pressure.
Right.
And so I said, man, let me. I did 1 year of wrestling in high school. Wasn't good at it.
Right.
I said, I've always did like physical things. So I tried jujitsu and I got beat up and
Yeah.
I liked it.
As
I got
everybody does when they first start.
I got dogged out.
Yep.
Where's Joe at? Joe, I don't know what happened to Joe. Hey, what would you tell somebody at the beginning of their jujitsu journey if a white belt was like, man, what should I be doing right now? What
I
would you?
would tell I would tell a white belt, and this is advice that Robert actually gave me. Um, Learn how to become unpinnable and unsubmittable. If I can't hold you down and I can't submit you, then especially when you get to the higher belts, that opens up so many doors. You get a
That's
higher
a
level and you don't want to lose, and you get in a good position and you don't want to give that position up. Because what happens if I don't hit this technique? I've got this big scary guy that's going to be on top of me. Once you get to the point to where you're comfortable in your defense enough to where it's like, so what if I miss?
that's like years, man.
It's
That's years,
years and
man.
it's
That's like
hard to do. But think of it this way. When you roll with any high level guy, any guy who's really, really good, Kevin, is he ever worried about you being on top of him?
no.
No,
No, he wouldn't. No,
I
he
mean,
wouldn't.
it's uncomfortable. It's not fun, but I'm not scared of it.
Yeah.
Robert is not scared of it. He did,
Right.
it's not the most comfortable thing in the world to have a Kevin McBear on top of you, but I know how to survive there and I
Right,
know how
right,
to
right,
get
right,
out.
right.
And I'm not worried about trying something
So,
offensive. So what if you get on top of me? And that could
so
be you, that could be anybody, but that's still a mindset that I cultivate all these years later. I will still put myself in really, really bad spots with really good people just to see if I can get out. And if I tap, so
yeah, that's
what?
true.
I learned.
You have to start that, and that's
You can't fall in
you
love.
you have
The other thing I would say too is you can't fall in love with winning in the training room.
that's true. That's true.
You can't try to win every single role doing this because I mean, dude, we're up there. I mean, I think you're in your 50s. I'm 40. Like, we're up there. I'm not gonna roll 100% every day because I want to do this until I'm 60, 70, 80 years old.
Yeah.
And so, not only does that help longevity, but it also helps technique. Because if I'm not always trying to win, I can try new stuff and I can suck. And
Oh yeah. Yeah.
if I
Definitely.
get tapped, so what? It's just training.
Yeah. I mean, I had to learn that too. Everybody as a white belt, sometimes you're in your own head
Yeah.
about how things should go, and you're in this new environment, and
Yeah.
you got radicalized by kung fu theater or something like that.
Right.
That's
Always thinking you got to win everything.
yeah, kung fu theater or something like that. Oh man, those are some good. I used to love kung fu theater.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
Man, I watched kung fu movies all the time when I was a little kid. Like,
Yeah,
you couldn't get me away from them. And it was like, I go back and I look at some of that stuff now and I'm like, oh my God, this is what the vast majority of the public thinks fighting actually looks like. Sweet
right,
Jesus.
right.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I watched all that stuff. I was such a nerd. I still am.
So yeah, we had. Are you doing this AGF coming up?
I'm planning on it. I know that my son Link wants to compete, and
Mm-hmm.
so you know it's expensive when you got more than one family member doing jujitsu. And
That's true.
so if it comes down to him competing or me competing, he's always going to win that. He's a lot younger than I am, and I want him to have the experience.
Mm.
But I'm looking at doing Worlds this year, either Worlds or Pans. In Worlds is in December in Vegas. Pans is in November in Dallas. And I would love to get a competition in before that just to kind of gauge where I'm at in my new weight
Yeah.
class and everything like that.
Well, you say you're in your new weight class is 220. You're going to be in the 220.
I'm down to 220, but the goal is in IBJJF to compete at 202. So
Okay.
before September, if I compete, I'm going to try to get down to 205. I'm at 218 right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to the AGF. I'll be there. Well, the one here, and I'm doing the weight class of 220.
Nice.
And I weighed myself today. I weighed 222.
Nice, my man. Good
So
job.
I got a few more pounds to do it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a
Yeah, but
problem.
I mean, AGF gives you a 1 pound allowance. So,
Oh. And I'm gonna do that and check on my bracket and see if I can bring Conquest a gold. One
that'd be
gold medal.
awesome.
At least one gold medal.
That'd be awesome,
And
dude.
and myself also.
Yeah.
And let me see where Joe is. Oh, Joe. Let me see. He said, "Give him 5 minutes. We're gonna do a phone interview."
That's all good.
This is my first time doing it. Like, hold on. Oh, what's up, Joe? What you doing?
No, I'm about to do the thing, man. I got caught up.
I got you on speaker. I got you on speakerphone. You're on with us right now.
I'm on live. Hell yeah. All right, man. Give me a sec. I'm coming on. You'll see me in a moment.
All right.
Like.
So that's Joe. You train in your garage and in where And do you have any like main training partners? Like I know me and Joe train a lot. Do you have any like main guys that you go with all the time outside of the gym?
Outside of the gym, no, not really. I normally just train in. I train in my garage a lot. I've got one guy right now that's coming over for privates, but my main training partner, honestly, funny enough, is my 8-year-old son.
Right.
Like I train with him pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And that's been good for me because it's made me learn how to be controlled.
Yeah. That's true
And
too.
so it's like I can still work on techniques and do some things because he's a salty little grappler himself. Like
Yeah.
his wrestling is so much better than mine. His
Yeah.
arm bar is so much better than mine. Like that kid's phenomenal. But he's really fun to work with and movement and different stuff like that. And we'll do different workouts in the garage with kettlebells and body weight. So it's cool to be able to get to have my kid as a training partner.
Yeah, I mean that speaks volumes, man. And also y'all can bond in
Yeah.
those kind of instances too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The king is here. The king
What's
is
up,
here.
Joe?
Have no
We
fear.
got
What's
Joe
up?
in the house.
What's up,
My,
Luke?
my
Sorry,
main training partner,
Yeah. We
Joey,
got
Joey the White Belt King.
the white belt king. Yep, that's my new moniker, man. If I can't be confident in myself, man, somebody's gotta do it. So, that's that's what I'm calling myself anyway.
We're gonna keep 6 stripes on that white belt.
Six
Six.
stripes on that white belt.
Yeah, six blue stripes. That's what I'm trying to get. Get them all.
It doesn't
Get them
matter
all.
if the stripes are blue. The belt has to be blue too, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, I know, man. That's what I'm saying. We're in no hurry, man. We're in no
Man,
hurry.
I feel that. I long to be a blue belt or a white belt again.
Yeah,
Are you
I
doing?
jokingly told Kevin I said, well, dude, the first time I tried jiu-jitsu was in 2002, so I said technically I'm a 20-year white belt. So I had quite a gap in training though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty significant and pretty significant. Sorry it took me so long to get on. What did I miss
It's all
out
good.
on tonight, guys? You guys
Yeah, we just talked about like what advice would he give a white belt, a new guy, and he's going to do IBJJF, and he's trying to fight at 208 pounds.
Nope.
208.
202.
Huh?
202.
Oh, 20. He's trying to fight. He wants to fight at 202 pounds.
Oh
202.
202.
yeah. 202. What is that about? 18, 20 pounds right now?
Right now it is 16. I'm sitting at 218 right now.
That's practically nothing. I know you're withering away, dude. You're withering away.
Man, I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying to figure out what it's like to be a small guy.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, you're getting there, bro. You still gotta keep that food in you though, man, or you're gonna end up getting like me. You'll be all of a sudden 180 pounds and going, what happened?
Oh no, brother. I eat. I just work really, really hard.
Heck yeah, you do, man. Yeah, you do. Doing
Yeah, I work hard.
jujitsu or working out.
Yeah,
You
I
you weight train on the
normally my
side as
days
well, right?
consist of like tomorrow, because we don't have morning jujitsu class. Normally I would get up and go do cardio before morning jujitsu. Our morning jujitsu class is at 6. So I would hit the gym for cardio about 5. Get my
Wow.
cardio done, go to morning jujitsu, hop off that, head to work, do work, and then be back in the gym for coaching in the night sessions. So, and then I try to get, weights in with cardio at least 3 times a week. And so I put in a lot of work.
Yeah, it definitely, man. It takes a lot of commitment when you're trying to change your entire being, your entire physical being, especially.
It does.
And every little bit is exciting, and every little bit's of an accomplishment. But every bit you get closer, to me, you're further away, mentally.
Yeah.
It's like body dysmorphia is real. It don't matter what size you are, dude. If you're getting
Well,
bigger, if you're
I
getting
mean,
smaller.
for some people like me, I can say every pound closer I get, the closer I feel to reaching that goal. It's like I think everybody has like a Mount Everest type of goal that they're chasing for,
Yeah.
and little wins along the way are so important, and you should celebrate all that. Because, like, listen, I might only lost half a pound today, but brother, that's half a pound lighter than what I was.
Yeah.
So that's a step in the right direction. I didn't get to be 425 pounds overnight. I sure wasn't going to lose that weight overnight. It's been a 5-year journey, but it's just been stacking little win on top of little win.
Isn't that something, man? It's like you might have a big goal, or you think it's a big mountain, but one day you'll be at the top of that mountain and you'll be like, I
Right.
need to find it. And you're like, I made it. Now I need to find a bigger mountain,
Right.
It's like on to the next thing, man.
Right.
It's not,
Absolutely.
it's like there's no end to the goal. The goal just changes.
No. We always need to have goals to chase. Always. Like, even when I'm 80 or 90, I want to have goals that I chase.
Man,
That's what keeps us getting up in the morning, man.
I'm telling you. So you started out 400 plus, so you're over 200 pounds now. Is this all primarily, well, I know you did extra work on the side, but primarily do you attribute this to jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu is definitely the driver behind it. Because, I mean, granted, as big as I was, jiu-jitsu stripped quite a bit of weight off me to begin with.
Yeah.
But up to a certain point, you're not gonna outwork a bad diet, bad nutrition. You're just not.
That's true.
You've got to be on point everywhere. The reason why I work so hard now is just because I want to be successful. And I think, I've never been the most talented, the most gifted, the best at anything. I'm just going to work harder than you.
Right.
And I know if I work hard enough, long enough, I'm going to get there. I just have to be willing to put in the work that other folks won't.
Yeah.
And so I'm average at everything, but I'm not an average worker.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what that's how I am too, man. It's like train when they don't, work when they sleep, always, dude, always. And it's like, at some point when you keep doing that, you're going to become the best at whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter what it is. It can be jiu-jitsu. It can be playing a piano. It can be whatever it is. Just every
skill here.
Yeah, every effort is an accomplishment. So that's totally rad, man. That's totally. I'm glad. I wasn't aware you were going to be on tonight, so this is a good surprise for me. So I think that's totally awesome.
No. Kevin just walked up to me and said, "Hey, I think we're going to do it tonight." And I was like, "All right, cool. I'll be awake."
Yeah, the weight loss part, it definitely helps with the jiu-jitsu. I'll tell you that. As far as flexibility, agility, explosiveness, that kind of thing. You feeling better right now? Because
definitely, I feel as good as I've felt since I was in my 20s.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's cool because I can actually play guard now. I can actually do jiu-jitsu. It's not just, I'll find a way to wrestle up, take them down, smash, get on top, smash, more smash.
Right,
I can actually do functional jiu-jitsu now.
It's easier. I'm losing weight right now, and it's easier for me to use my legs in leg entanglements.
Definitely.
Squatting down.
Yep.
Getting real small, and just being real small on somebody's hips.
Well, it's hard to play guard and bring your knees to your chest when you've got 200 pounds of belly in the way. Yeah. Your guard's non-existent at that point. You're just hoping for a half guard. I agree. And so to be able to have that freedom to move and get my legs involved and actually do jiu-jitsu, that's been really cool.
Man, that's cool. How long you been doing jiu-jitsu period since you started?
A little over 5 years.
5 years? You're a brown belt, right?
Nope. Purple belt. I've just got 2 stripes on my purple belt. Don't put that juju on me, Joe. I don't want that. I don't want that in my life.
Man,
not right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
Let's give it to you. Let's give it to you.
No.
You're honorary brown belt. There you go.
Nope, I don't want it. I'm good. I'm good right where I am, guys.
It's funny. We had a promotion yesterday. One of the guys got three stripes, and he's like, "I don't want all those. You wanted to pick them off, And I'm like, it's so funny. I feel the opposite, but I get it, man. It's like every belt you move into, you're like, you start over in deep water,
Yep.
It's like you move up. You're like, oh, I finally got my whatever belt, but now I'm at the bottom of the barrel, You know,
Yeah, it's like you get to blue belt and you're like, oh well, I'm just a really good white belt. I mean,
Right.
at the start of it, that's kind of how it feels. It's like, oh, I'm just a really good white belt in the amongst of salty blue belts.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it feels that way when you get to purple too. It's like I'm a really just high level blue belt in amongst of a bunch of freaking killers. So
isn't it funny, man? It's like
it's wild, but the
it's
more
like,
the more you know, the more you understand you don't know anything.
Yeah, that's true. I heard a guy saying that he thought he knew jujitsu, and then he got his black belt, and then he realized all he did was become a white belt again.
Right.
Because he said, my first tournament, I'll go against a guy that's a 3-stripe or whatever black belt, and he goes, this guy's been a black belt longer than I've done jujitsu.
Right.
So it's like, man, you can't. The experience does matter. They say it's cliche, that just show up thing, but it's as long you got to make the effort, a little bit of effort once you show up. But once you do that, man, it makes leaps and bounds, man. Just participating, like
Right.
today, Kevin and I, at least I haven't been to any of the advanced classes, So today we've been playing legs a bit,
Yep.
practicing legs. So we're like, hey, let's go to that leg lock class.
Yep.
Man, I quickly realized I'm swimming in some deep water here. I tell you what, tonight it was
Man,
fun.
everybody starts there though.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it was a learning curve, but I quickly realized there was a room full of people that were also having a hard time. It might have been different parts of it, but I wasn't the only one. So
yeah.
it
I
made me
mean,
feel
dude,
good.
Bradley and I were over there, and the technique we were working on tonight, Bradley and I were over there, and we're both fairly adept at legs, and we were both scratching our heads for about the first 10 minutes trying to figure out what in the hell we were doing wrong.
Yeah,
So it's part of it.
are you talking about the ashy when you push the leg down and go all the way around?
No. We figured that one out. We figured that one out pretty quick. It was the last one where we went that we were going shin on shin to that butterfly hook in to entering into Connie Basami in 411.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the one that it was like, what is going on? And then we figured out that it was where we placed the leg in the middle, and then it was angle, and that's
Right.
really what it amounted to. But
Yeah,
Bradley figured it out. So
yeah. There was a lot of coaches tonight too, and a shout out to all the coaches, by the way. Robert
yeah,
taught the class, but all the student coaches that were involved in the details in the process, like I got some pointers from Sean and Easton and stuff,
Right.
and that really helped, man. So I really wanted to thank them, and it was like
absolutely.
it was literally like, okay, I knew this part at the beginning, the shin, I elevated him good, and I realized, oh, I'm lifting him with the wrong leg. Okay, I fixed that part. Now I'm like, okay, now what do I do? Oh, I'm dropping the wrong, I'm focusing on the wrong leg here. I'm dropping the wrong leg. But it was like good coaching, man, and repetition got me to where I figured out,
Yeah.
each. I don't have it all, but I was able to
Well, I mean,
work. To make it work,
dude, it's a lot of those nights you do. Hell, if we're being honest, most of those nights you're not going to come away with all of the details. But if you get enough to take it and use it in live rolling and try to recreate it, you'll figure out some of the details on your own.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. There was some good back take stuff there, even in some of that we were doing. And yeah, we've been really been messing with that, like I said, but we didn't know a lot of these entries and things. And it was good, man. Even, having hardly any experience or having lots of experience like Kevin does or whatever. It was almost brand new, going and doing that stuff tonight. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was a little bit intimidated, like, oh my God, everybody, there's some good dudes in here. There's a lot of people. And then we started doing the move and I'm like, man, this is a lot. But I'm like, it's not all that much really. And just try and work it out bit by bit and piece by piece. So.
Just small bite-sized pieces, man.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed tonight though, when we were doing the ashy side to side, you guys were talking about, some weight loss, agility, stuff like that. Kevin, man, you felt like you were going from one leg to the other, transitioning so easy, and bringing those hips up off the mat when we were doing the ashy,
Right. The
leg
ashy drill.
switch. Yeah, man, I was so impressed. Usually, I have a hard time even keeping my balance, and you got all that weight on me, and Man, you were just like really in control and really fluid, and that was really badass to see tonight, man, and see some of your progress as far as that goes. So I've been seeing it from the both of you too, physically and just from like your agility, and how much I've seen you guys moving around and stuff, and new things I've been seeing added to the games